Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Ty from No Picks Podcast.
What's good, fam? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
Hey, family, it's Kim. Thanks for inviting me back.
Of course, good to have you, Kim.
Right. All right, so obviously the DNC is going on. I wanted to pull up a clip from Chris Cuomo. He been saying ever since he got fired from CNN, bro. He been saying the realest shit. Like, dude is like the realest news anchor out there right now, bro. Like, I'm fucking with him heavy because he kind of just say what's on his mind now and not like what CNN wants him to say. All right, so I'm gonna pull up the clip from him that kind of blew my mind. And I want to know what y'all gonna think, what y'all gonna say about it.
Okay.
Let me reveal a reality to you. It has to be spoken to here. Okay, Greg, look at the ring of sweets. Okay, this is not unique to Democrats. There is a game of money. When people talk about uniparty, we are strangled by the money reality in our politics. Those sweets start at 500 grand. You think there's like a teacher group up in there? You think it's like the Cub Scouts of Columbia County, South Carolina, that's up in those boxes? Those boxes are filled with the same people that they say they're going to regulate. They are literally looking down on the faithful and being told, yeah, we're going to break down on them. We're going to make them pay their share. They paid 500, 700, $1 million, $1.5 million to have those seats. And the same thing is true with the Republican side. And they're going to take them down. They're going to change how it is. They are looking down from on high at the people who make the difference in their communities. And that is the reality of politics. Let me...
I saw this and I thought that was some of the realest shit I ever heard on the news in my whole fucking life. I want to start off with Kim. Kim, what's your thoughts on what Chris Cuomo had to say about how the money people control this game, just on both sides? Not, I mean, he was at the DNC, but yeah.
It's kind of scary if you look at it, because that's literally like a physical description of the 1% that controls this entire country, like looking down on us common folk,
right,
who think that we're the ones making the difference and that our vote matters and we have the ability to to elect people into office.
Yeah,
it's absolutely unbelievable. But that was some
right? It was some real shit. He wasn't talking about it from like a partisan perspective. He was like, "Yo, the Republicans do this." He just happened to be at the Democratic convention and shit blew. Like, look at all these motherfuckers.
Like, that's the type of conversation. Like, his approach was like, he was saying at it like as if we were just sitting around the table, just casually talking about it. Like, like that was deep. Real.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, what you think, Joe?
Well, yeah, I echo what you guys both said. I agree. I was actually shocked because it felt like it was actually real journalism. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Usually you get like something that's scripted or something that corporate passed down. And this is what you can say. This is what you can't say. And then the fact that he was saying this at the DNC, like actually at the actual DNC, in my thoughts is like, yo, he probably gonna get fired. I wouldn't be surprised if the headline tomorrow would be like, Chris Cuomo got canned.
Fired again.
You know what I mean? Like, like, no, for real, because that was that for me that's journalism. That's real journalism. That's real objective journalism. No bias, just like saying it how it is. And and you're right, Ty. It definitely, I mean, it doesn't just apply to the Democrats, right? This probably goes on at Republican conventions as well. The people with the money are going to buy the suites in the top or the bottom, and it's funny that like he was at the DNC. He's talking about Kamala's speech where she's trying to like tackle corporate price gouging and trying to come after the corporations. AOC did hers, who I'm sick and tired of hearing from, but I don't know how you feel about her, Kim. But AOC had her little speech about price gouging and how we're coming after corporations. They had Bernie up there saying this and this and that. Like, these people who are supposedly progressive. But then you got the people who are giving you hundreds of millions of dollars up in these suites, looking down on you, being like, yeah, you're right, say what you got to say. But when it comes time, you already know what it's hitting for. You already know where that,
vote the way we want you to vote.
So, so my initial thought was, damn, this was real. I would love to see more news reporting like this on mainstream media, but we won't. So I'll take this little gem. But yeah, what about you, Ty?
I mean, listen, this not gonna surprise either one of y'all, but listen, I thought it was the realest shit that I ever heard. Like, look, and I mean, if you think about it logically, right? Like, these people are paying all this money for these seats, right? That money is going somewhere. It's being funneled into the Democratic coffers, right, for maybe not just Kamala's race, but for other senators and other places and shit like that, right? And Congress people and everybody down ballot, right? Everybody that when you go upon them curtains, you just hit blue, 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 blue. All those motherfuckers, all those people get the money too, right? But my thing is, what kind of blows my mind is that, like, people think that there's some kind of moral difference between the Republicans and the Democrats, and there's fucking not. And I've said this to you before, Joe. The Kim did probably, like, she wasn't on, but you and I talked about this. I'm like, yo, I think the only difference between the two parties is that one party has the perception of being like these moral goody two shoes, and the other party has the perception of being like, hey, I'm for corporate people. Guess what? Both of these people are for the organizations that give them money. Right. They're never ever going to vote against their own self-interest when it comes to surviving in politics. Like for Republicans, for example, when the NRA gives them $5 million, and then they fight tooth and nail about not doing background checks and making guns as free as possible and all that shit. They do that for a reason. It's a quid pro quo. Mm-hmm. But we frown upon it when it's the Republicans, right? Because they're giving them $5 million for their campaign, and we're like, oh, that's so fucked up, blah blah, this and that. They got something for that. Now they're beholden to those people. The same thing happens with the Democrats. We just don't hear about it,
right?
Because what did we what was it? It was out in the news recently that, like, the Biden family got like $30 million throughout his presidency from foreign governments that were like, funneling money into the Biden family in different ways. Guess what? The Trumps do that shit too. But it's like it's the end of the world when the Trumps do it. They're scumbags and they're assholes, right, and they're this and that. When the Bidens do it, everybody like, oh fuck, we don't know about that. We don't know about that. Because, like, we all want to pretend that the Democrats are, like I said, I think they're both scumbags. I've said this before 1,000 times with the show. I think they're both scumbags. I think the Republicans are scumbags. Like, hey, we're scumbags. We ain't hiding that shit. The Democrats are like, hey, we're not scumbags, but they do scumbag shit.
Right. So why do you think they hide it? Like, why is it so blatant with Republicans, but the Democrats is just so hidden? Like, why do you think that happens?
I think that they hide it because that's the only card that they have to play in society, as far as like what makes them different from Republicans. Mm-hmm. Is that, like, hey, we're the nice, hey, we care about the poor, we give money to the poor. Like, they try to act like Robin Hood, like we take from the rich, give from the poor. No, y'all all playing the same game. Y'all just better at hiding the shit. And I think that, so they go really, really hard about, like, not saying certain things. The Republicans don't give a fuck. Like, they just like, listen, we want this money, we want this shmoolan, we gonna say, like, we don't give a fuck. We gonna do what we need to do to make sure we have our people, whatever. But, like, the people that support the Democratic Party, like, they got rich motherfuckers giving them money too. You think they don't vote in their best interest? Put it this way on both parties. The piece of legislation that they shoot down fast as shit, we never even hear about it in the news, is the legislation that regulates whether or not they can participate in the stock market. That's some unfair fucking shit. They have access to information before we ever even know. All those senators, Republican and Democrat, that started investing into work from home technology before the government shut COVID down. Yo, they did stories on this shit. All Democrat and Republican, they were moving their stock, taking their stocks out of this company, moving their stocks here. This company fucking fall at before, like 2 weeks before this senator did this or this congressperson did that. They have access to information that we don't, and then they invested in work home technology, and they make millions and millions and millions of dollars. Both of them do it, and they shoot that legislation down fast as shit, and we don't even talk about it. We don't give a fuck. It's just we were groomed and based off the rhetoric that they share, like, hey, everybody should just come in America and just get a free house. Fuck it. Everybody should just live a great life. It don't matter if you know what I mean, just shoot dice on the corner. You should have a mansion. And we resonate with that shit. That shit sounds cool. That shit is tingly to us. So we're like, okay, cool. We're going to vote blue. But they're equal scumbags. The Democrats are just easier at hiding this shit. They work harder at hiding it. The Republicans don't give a fuck.
That's very true. I agree with you. As far as as far as why Democrats try to hide it, I think that you just, like I said, you have to find a way to differentiate yourself from the other side. Otherwise, you're going to bring people out to the ballot, and what are we actually voting for? We really don't have an option, right? I think that them, painting themselves as the morally higher party, as the party that's more noble and there for the people, I think that it gives the illusion of choice. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever read the 48 Laws of Power, but one of the things is if you want to control the people, you have to give them the illusion of choice. You have to make them think that they actually have power, that they can dictate the outcome of something so that you can then control them. Once they start sipping the Kool-Aid, it's so easy to control a populace when they have the illusion of choice, right? So it kind of plays into that. You got to have something different. How do you market yourself if you're exactly the same? Because remember, like Ty was alluding to this, but Republicans and Democrats, a lot of them vote the same along the same party lines when it comes to like tax breaks, when it comes to like stuff for corporations, when it comes to like things that actually benefit the people. Like they vote along the same lines, Democrats and Republicans. It's hard to differentiate how the things that they vote on, right? So we'll stick to Kamala and the DNC right now. So for example, that night we had the panel when we were talking about Kamala and like the black demographic and the black agenda. Should we have something? Should we be asking for things like that? Who are we going to vote for? That night they had the rally in Atlanta, which was a mess because they had Megan Thee Stallion twerking all over the campaign, which was ratchet and embarrassing in my opinion. I was like, this is the night we were talking about Kamala, and we had a panel, and Meg was twerking on stage for that, which I thought was ridiculous, right? But also, AIPAC has been one of the biggest donors for Kamala and Joe Biden. So we talked about money, we talked about special interest groups. So AIPAC is the American Israeli like lobbyist company, basically the lobby group for Israel, and they give hundreds of millions of dollars to candidates. Kamala was already one of the biggest recipients of AIPAC money. Joe Biden was one of the biggest recipients of AIPAC money. And how does that work? Well, what do you think? We're still funding Israel. We sent $20 billion extra money to Israel like a couple weeks ago, just to keep funding this war. Remember, we're funding, depending on how you look at it, funding this genocide, funding this war, funding this war that's destabilizing the Middle East right now. So that money goes there. Money speaks volumes, right? And we can't forget about Citizens United, which basically made giving money in campaigns legal. It made it legal to donate money into campaigns. It was put in place to like prevent that it was overturned. We overturned Citizens United, and now money is legal. Campaign money is legal. You can give it to any super PAC you want, and then it goes to your candidate, right? That's why the Koch brothers can like buy up certain parties. That's why Soros and all these big names can like basically just donate millions of dollars to the candidate that they want. Yeah. And then when you do that, do you think that the people up top who have donated $100 million to your campaign are going to be like, oh, that's cute? You're going to stop corporate gouging. Right. You're going to tax. Corporations got to tax their fair share. You're not going to raise my taxes. You know what I mean? You're not going to do any of that. They say it, and it makes us feel good. We can sit there and watch Obama and Michelle Obama and Barack Obama bash Trump, but it's like, bro, Obama, what are you talking about, bro? When you got elected, your entire cabinet was full of Citigroup bankers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to understand that he bailed out the banks on our tax dollars. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff that he did that it's just like, bro, like you're on the side with the people who have the money, which is these corporations, right? So that's why I hate to sound defeatist when we talk about this conversation, but I just wish that people would break away from the American duopoly, the Republicans and the Democrats. Remember, I said that before. We only have I have 100 options for a toothpaste. I got 2 options for a presidential candidate. That's ridiculous. And this is what they tie us into. And if we keep playing that game, it will never change. If we vote blue, no matter who, it'll never change. Like, I understand. I know Liz is not here to defend herself, but she was talking about, like, you got to vote for this because, she wants, reproductive rights and all these things. Like, you got to vote for Kamala because Trump is this threat. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't want to play the game no more. Like, I'm tired of playing this game. Like, how do we break away from this 2-party system? And this is where we're at. You know what I mean? Like, money is legally, it's called free speech right now. Money is free speech right now because of legislation that we have. You guys know corporations have the same rights as a human being? You guys know that? Corporations literally have the same rights as a human being because some rich people and some interest groups wrote that into law and got it passed. So I'm saying, like, so they can, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous that a corporation can have the same rights as a human being, but they fought for that and they got that and they have benefits from that. So this is the game, y'all. Who's funding the campaign?
I mean, they all do it. Just like
they all
Menendez,
do
it. The dude that just got the Democratic senator from Jersey. Remember that he got put in federal prison because he was taking bribes from like all these different governments. He had motherfucker had gold bars in his house and shit. Remember?
Yeah,
they was paying him in gold bars. Like
yo, I remember he was a senator, right? The senator from Jersey.
Yeah,
what's it?
Senator.
Yeah,
he was Bob Menendez. I think. I don't know if his first name.
Fuck, I remember it was
Menendez.
Latino boy. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, we talked. We made a story about him.
This nigga gonna say it's racism. They prosecute me. They found 100 gold bars in your house, nigga. Like we took that's not racist. talking about? Like,
yeah, I know, bro.
They open it inside of his Armani suit. There was like gold bars lining the fucking the coat.
It was bad.
Like,
it was pretty.
That's
bad.
not racism, nigga. Like, you just got caught. Like,
yeah. But no, follow the money, y'all. We know this. Follow the money. Where you follow the money, it will show you who's in power. It will show you who has the biggest influence. It will tell you easily who has the greatest power in American politics, and it's pay to play. Philly has been pay to play for a while. I'm not saying it is now, but for a while it was known. Philly was so corrupt that it's like, hey, you got to pay to play. You know what I mean? You give that money, and you might get the permit.
Wait, let me ask you. Kim, do you think? All right, so do you think there's a? Do you think Democrats have the moral high ground when it comes to Republicans as far as like these special interest groups and this money and shit? Like what's your perception? I know Joe and I might be pessimists, right? Like maybe the Democrats are the light in the darkness, right? Like, so like I want your perspective. What do you think?
I feel honestly, I'm a little bit indifferent about it because I was raised and I was taught to just vote blue no matter what. And I would say even as an adult, I still I still do it. Knowing that at the end of the day that everybody has their skeletons in their closet, whether Democrat or Republican. Damn,
That's
I feel like I'm put on the spot.
No, that's real.
Is it going to stop me from voting Democrat? No.
No. I got that already.
No,
Because I guess my question is, do you think that they're the moral party of America? Like are they like the heartbeat, the soul of America? I guess like.
No, honestly, no. I think they were put on this pedestal to come off as the moral party, and because what they do is so hidden and not talked about, like how you said, to kind of differentiate themselves from the Republican Party, they just always seem to be the go-to. But yeah.
It's like so if you look at, because Joe sent me this video not too long ago, but it was like people, these guys going around asking, hey, who's like he was like asking, hey, who you voting for or why? When everybody that said Kamala was like, she's just a good person. Like they were just genuinely like
know her, like for real, like what does she stand for? Like granted, like I'm gonna vote for her either way. I just want to put that out there.
Right.
Vote for her. But like at the end of the day, like I don't know her. I mean, I don't know what she stands for. I don't know what her views are. And it's like I feel like she hasn't like really made a stance on anything, but everyone's just bigging her up to be the next president.
Right.
And we're like at the end of the day, we just don't have enough on her to even make that, to even cast that vote. But she's still the safer choice out of Trump.
Right. But all right, Kim, let me ask you this too. This. Do you think she would have this? All right. So So she's a black woman with a white husband, right? Mm-hmm. Running for president. If Barack Obama was married to Becky Obama, do you think he would have become president of the United States of America? Mm-hmm. Ain't that fucking crazy? Don't that blow your fucking mind?
Because he wouldn't have had to support a black woman. He would have lost a lot of black women if his wife would have been white.
So Kim, what's the like? Why is the game different? Why are y'all jumping up for Kamala? Hey, we love you, black sister.
Oh,
blah,
that's
blah,
a good question.
But y'all would have not voted for Barack Obama. Y'all wouldn't have supported him if his wife was named Becky Obama. Why do black men have to have black women in the Democratic Party in order to be successful, but black women can do whatever the fuck they want?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
I'm asking the hard hitting questions, bro. They're about to call me Ty Cronkite out this bitch, bro. Like,
that's a real.
I didn't drink enough for this time. Come on.
But you notice that
crazy though?
Thing, though, right? You noticed that though, right?
Right. No, but I mean, I feel like Kamala. This country is is basically it's backed. It's spearheaded by white men, and I feel like at the end of the day, Kamala has all the like she's married to one, and it creates that illusion like okay she has a white man to back her. There's going to be these white men who we are used to running the country behind the scenes. Whereas you have Barack, if he married a white woman, he wouldn't have got that same. He wouldn't have got it. It wouldn't be the same. I can't.
Right.
I can't verbalize it. Like I can't even.
Listen,
you said
I
enough.
just
You ain't gotta
respect.
verbalize.
I respect that you gave the real truthful answer. I thought you was gonna bullshit it. I thought you was gonna kind of dance around it.
No, at the end of
okay.
because we are a country. I mean, we were founded by white. No, we. I'm not gonna say we were founded by white men because that's historically incorrect. But history tells us that this country is founded by white men.
Right.
White men are the one who built the government, made the Constitution.
Right. Wait. So they the oppressor, right? She married to the oppressor. Why would you want that? Why would you want what? Like I was just fucking around. It's just interesting to me like that how that dynamic is because whatever.
But it's also a comfort though. Like you get what I'm saying?
A comfort?
No. I mean,
the oppressor is comforting
to voters, not to me, but I'm just saying to voters.
Yeah.
It's like okay, so you have Democratic white men and white men. And
right.
women. Yes, I mean she Kamala. She's Indian. She's half African American. But
no, she has Jamaican. Half Jamaican, half Indian.
Half Jamaican, half
so
born and raised in Canada.
So she not.
Yeah.
She ain't eating the fried chicken. Well, I guess you ain't either. So. But
I eat fried chicken.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Me
but
too.
Yo,
I love fried chicken.
I love the realness, Kim. I love how you were honest about it and you didn't kind of shy away from it. Joe, what you think?
No, but just hold on. But
oh no, go ahead. My bad.
Real quick, though. I just feel like because she had if it was Kamala married to another black man or another
Tyrone.
Indian man, right, they wouldn't. That is not the safe pick for all these white men and women Democrats. But the fact that she has a white husband by her side and basically the crew around her, it's the safer choice.
No. But my question is, why are the black women supporting her when they wouldn't have supported Becky Obama and Barack Obama? Now, I'm not talking about the white men. I don't care what they do. I'm talking about the sisters. Because the sisters are going hard as shit right now. Like, this is our sister. We're going to do this, do that. They don't care that she has a white man. They would have cared if Barack Obama had a white wife, though. That my question are about the black women. It ain't about the white men.
I hear what you're saying. I don't fucking know.
No, yeah, it is interesting.
I don't know.
It is interesting.
It's a hard question.
It is interesting.
I don't think along those lines, so I can't. I wouldn't be able to answer that. So.
Well, I'm glad you don't because it's some BS. It's like but I do agree.
But it's a fact though.
I felt the same way too. I'm like, if Barack had a white wife, he would have lost a significant portion of the black women of black women's votes. I think so, but that does not apply to Kamala. Kamala she can have a white man.
Whatever she wants. But Joe, that's the case for all the black women. Serena Williams don't lose her black card. Nobody give a fuck.
She lost it when she started bleaching her skin. She looked like a hot.
Well, yeah, she lost it because
y'all seen Serena lately?
Yeah, she looked kind of crazy. But I don't think black women took her black card. Black women didn't take it. Black women go hard for her still, even though she married to a white man. Eve didn't lose her black card. All the other black women don't lose their black card, but a black man loses his black card.
Yeah, it's just one of
you ain't black no more.
It's one of these stupid things in our community that we still haven't gotten away from, like the colorism, like light skinned people do this, dark skinned people do that, and then there's like the stupid whole we have so many issues within our community that we still haven't worked through that it's still manifesting now in certain issues in relationships. So it's just stuff that we still haven't gotten past, honestly. Like it is what it is. But I guess I'll add my final thought about the Chris Cuomo thing, and I'll just say. Yeah, follow the money. Kim, you're correct. I don't know who Kamala is. She didn't have policy. She didn't have a website with policy or with her agenda. This was weeks after she was going to be the presumptive nominee. Like, you mean to tell me you was vice president this whole time? You knew that the president was losing his mental faculties. You knew that at any given time he might be pulled out of the campaign, and you didn't have any agendas? You mean that you ran for the president
the
3
first
years
time we
ago?
ever heard her speak.
Right. You ran for president like 3 years ago. You don't have an agenda. You don't have nothing that you stand for. You see what I'm saying? Like and then when you ask people like why are you voting for Kamala, more often than not, you're not going to hear a policy. Like Ty said, all you're going to hear is, I can't really explain, or or it's going to be the identity politics because she's going to be the first black woman, or it's going to be because she's a woman, or it's because you see commercials now. Every commercial I see right now for Kamala is either she wants to protect abortion right, for reproductive rights, or Trump is the devil. That's all I see. It's never policy. It's never so. Maybe now we'll start seeing more that she just had her big policy thing, but it's never policy, right? So I don't know, y'all. I guess money's in politics. I feel like some of these conversations are just they won't even matter until we get money out of politics, like actual like big corporation monies. We got to cap it or limit it or something like that. But until we do, this is the game. It's pay to play.
I mean,
and it's sad.
I don't think that'll ever happen because every time they ask me when I do my taxes, hey, do you want to donate $3 to the presidential campaign? I say fuck no. So I guess somebody got to give up the money. I'm sure y'all say no too. So
yeah, no, I'm good. Y'all tax me enough. I pay enough, and y'all ship my money abroad. No, thank you. Like nah.
Right.
So yeah, that's
and
my
you
final.
still end up owing back. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, it's just crazy, but whatever.
All right. So listen, let us know what y'all think, family. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.
Until next time. Dang.